Fáilte. Welcome to Cup on Tay with my Irish jeweller, and welcome back, Gemma.
Hello.
It's been a while.
It has. It's been a while.
Yeah, our last Cup on Tay was on St. Patrick's Day, so we've had a lot going on since then, and we're very excited with some plans that we have for the summer. But today we'll be talking about Ogham, the ancient Irish alphabet, and its use in our jewellery. So Ogham, Gemma, we love using Ogham in our jewellery, don't we?
We do. It's very secret.
Yeah, it can be secret because a lot of people can't read it. So yeah, it's perfect really for that secret message or to include your name or a word that is very important to you on your jewellery. But it has a long and storied history here in Ireland, and we're going to share some of those insights with you today, as well as looking at some beautiful pieces. And you will also have the chance to win a piece of jewellery featuring Ogham that could be perfect for Father's Day, which is just around the corner.
It is, and not too far away.
Yeah. So does Peter have his gift bought yet for Father's Day, Gemma?
I'm afraid I'm not that organised this year. It's crept up very, very quickly, and we're just over Mother's Day in the States, I know as well. So it's they're very close together. So I'm not that organised.
Well, why don't we dive in and have a look at that piece that we're giving away in our competition today?
Yeah. So this is a beautiful heavy Trinity knot dog tag. So I'll just explain this to you. So this has 5 beautiful Trinity knots here. And if you look at the background of the Trinity knots, it's actually oxidized, which is blackened. So it makes the Trinity knot detail actually stand out much more. And down the side here, we've actually engraved it in Ogham, and it says Anam Cara. So it's read from the bottom to the top. So this engraving is actually hand engraved by our master hand engraver Tony. He's absolutely phenomenal engraver. It's really, really deep. The pendant itself is very heavy and very solid. If I just turn it to the side, you can really get an idea of how thick it is. It's really solid. It's a lovely weighty piece. The back of it, I have another one here. I'll just show you the back of it. So you can see the back of it is completely plain. So there's plenty of room to get a nice engraving on the back if you want to put a date or a message of a nice message on the back. It has a nice sized bail, so it'll take a really, really thick, heavy chain. We've paired it with a 20-inch oxidized curb chain. Depending then on the collar size, you might need to upgrade the chain to a 22-inch or a 24-inch. We offer chains up to a 30-inch. If you need guidance with the chain, you can always get in contact and we can advise you on the length of the chain.
Thank you, Gemma. That's lovely. And what was the Ogham phrase that was written on that piece?
It was Anam Cara, which is soulmate in Irish.
Okay, and if you are our winner today, you can choose to have whatever you want engraved on that, a name or a word that's important to you. So what is Ogham? And how do you say it? We'll get onto that later. But what is Ogham? Ogham is called often the ancient Irish alphabet. And it's very interesting among alphabets because it's 1500 to 1600 years old are the oldest examples that we have of Ogham. And it has actually survived in the same format since that time through the ages, which is very uncommon. Alphabets tend to evolve and change over time. But Ogham is a very simple writing system, very, very clever and sophisticated in its simplicity. It is a series of lines that are written on a vertical stem. One thing that's very interesting about it is that it's actually written and read from bottom to top. And it is thought that it was originally carved into sticks that would have been shoved into the ground and may have served as way markers or claims to land. They often had names written on them or very short notes. So it is thought that originally they may have been carved onto sticks, which of course don't survive to the modern day. So they would have biodegraded long ago.
So does that mean that there's none? You can't see it still in Ireland today, or?
No, the surviving examples are on stones.
Wow.
So there are over 400 stones across Ireland, mainly concentrated in the southwest. There are 50, I think, in the Dingle Peninsula alone. And these are amazing. You can just see them standing in church grounds and places like that. And they will often have a name on them. So they're still being found and uncovered actually to this time. And there was somebody who found one in England recently, in Coventry, in their garden, uncovered an Ogham stone. They're being found all the time. So that's how they would have survived. And they would have been inscribed into stone, but it is believed that they were inscribed into sticks and wood originally. So that was it 1500, 1600 years ago. And then in medieval times, monks started to include Ogham on manuscripts in medieval times. And in fact, there are some surviving manuscripts that have jokes written in Ogham by the monks in the margins of these manuscripts. So there you go, comic monks using Ogham in their manuscripts. And I suppose a little bit of that might have been also kind of the secrecy of having to decode what it meant and what it said. So yeah, very interesting, the history of this written alphabet that is unique to Ireland and some parts of Western Britain. So yeah, there you go. It's a little bit of our history of Ogham.
Wow.
And yeah.
How many characters are there in the Ogham alphabet?
Yeah, so there were originally 20 different characters, all comprised of these lines which are either horizontal or angular across the stem. We'll show you a few examples later so you can see what we mean. But there were originally 20. They added 5 in medieval times for some Roman letters that didn't exist in the Irish language, like P, for example. And yeah, so 25 now.
Wow, I think that's fascinating.
Well, will we have a look, Gemma, at a couple of pieces that we're excited to launch this summer in our Ogham range?
Yeah, so we have this piece. Actually, Ciarán had some input into this piece, which is not normally from him, but he had a really, really good idea about this piece. So this is a beautiful round disc, really, really simple. On the front, it has our ancient Ogham alphabet engraved with the letter T, and if I turn it over, it has a beautiful Celtic font, hand engraved by our master hand engraver Tony. It is absolutely beautiful, very, very simple, personalized. You can choose your own initial, and very suitable for every occasion, paired with a beautiful cable chain. Absolutely stunning.
Thank you, Gemma. So, earlier I promised that we'd look at a couple of examples of Ogham. So we're going to pop up a few on the screen now so that you can see what we've been talking about. So the first one is my name, Ciarán, Ciaran. And now, Gemma, let's have a look at what your name looks like. Gemma. So, in our jewellery, you can engrave your name if you wish, or the name of your partner or a loved one. But you might also want to engrave a word or a phrase that's important to you. So here's a couple of examples of those. Faith, Faith. Ireland, Ireland. And a Gaelic phrase for you, which means forever love. Gra Gojo, Gragodeo. So hopefully you've got a few ideas there for what you would like to see engraved on your jewellery. And if you'd like to have a play yourself, you can go to our website, myirishjeweler.com/Ogham, where we have a little Ogham generator there, and you can put in whatever you like and you can see what it looks like. So Gemma, there's a couple of other pieces that you wanted to show us today.
There is. I've got some beautiful bangles to show you. So let's take a look at this bangle. So let me start by showing you the 10mm bangle. So this is the gents bangle. I'll just hold it up to the camera here. You can see here, I'm going to turn it around to the side before I talk about the Ogham, because it has just at each side of the closure of the bangle, it has beautiful new range spiral detail. This is hand engraved a bangle by Tony. I've talked a lot about Tony. I'm always singing his praises because I think he's amazing. So this is the Ogham alphabet, and we spoke about this before. I'm going to turn it on its side so you can see. Ciarán mentioned that the Ogham was read from bottom to top. So this actually says Ma Anam Cara. So I'm going to roll it around here so you can see the detail of the Ogham. We actually do this in a ladies version as well. I'm going to pull the two up side by side. So I love the idea of a couple set. I love the idea of a his and hers bangle. I think it's a really, really sweet idea. You know, when you're stuck for ideas for a gift, an anniversary, or a birthday present or a Christmas present, or any kind of present, it's lovely to gift each other a matching set. But these say Ma Anam Cara on it, which is the translation is my soulmate in Irish, and then that's translated into Ogham on the bangle. The ladies' bangle is 7mm and the gents is 10mm, but I think it's a beautiful set and it's a lovely idea to gift a couple set. They're nice heavy bangles as well. I'll just turn the gents into the side so you can see how thick it is. So nice, decent weight. And again, the ladies one has the spiral detail on the side, so I'll just turn it over. Plenty of room on the inside for engraving as well. So perfect for a term of endearment or a wedding date, or to have a nice couples set for your soulmate or your loved one.
Very good. And thank you very much, Gemma. Were you going to show us the bracelets as well?
I will. I have, if you're not mad on the bangle style, we have this, what we call the ID bracelet. So I'm going to show you the gents one first. So this is beautiful, heavy. It's really heavy and really solid. I'm going to turn it to the side so you can really see the thickness there of the bracelet. It's got a beautiful trigger clasp on it. So just raise it up there, you can see the trigger clasp and the fastening. So get close, you can really see the detail in the engraving. Again, it says Anam Cara because that's the engraving that's most sought after. We get a lot of people asking to see what that looks like in Ogham, so we tend to use this sample a lot. Again, it has the new grain spiral on it, but you can change that and put anything on it. Again, it's blank at the back, so you can put a different message on the back to what you have on the front. We also do this in a ladies, much more dainty, much smaller in the ladies version, but still equally heavy and solid. We have Kathleen engraved on the, I'll just pop the gents one down there. We've got Kathleen engraved on the ladies one here. We don't have the spiral on the ladies one. Not as much room on the ladies one, so if you have a shorter name or a shorter word, we can of course fit the spiral in, but this one, Kathleen, is quite a long name for the plate, so we don't have the spiral on this one, but it can be done. But again, I'll turn it to the side. You can see there's lovely decent weight in it. These bracelets really are real heirloom pieces. Really, really nice, very, very heavy.
Thanks, Gemma. And yes, the ID bracelets are very popular at the moment, aren't they? And
they really are.
Yeah, lovely piece.
Yeah, very comfortable to wear as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Ogham alphabet, we're absolutely thrilled to be using it in our jewellery. Do hang on with us for our giveaway, which we will be doing shortly. Good luck with that. But there are a couple of other things that I wanted to tell you about Ogham because I'm fascinated by the subject. And one of them is, well, how to say the word. And there is a little bit of debate and controversy over this matter. It is spelled O-G-H-A-M, and you've heard me repeatedly saying Ogham throughout this show. I almost say it like the word home, but without the H, Ogham. The reason I say it that way is because in modern Irish, modern Gaelic, that's how it would be pronounced, that series of letters, O-G-H-A-M, Ogham. But actually, some people will call it Ogham or Ogham. And the reason they will say that is because in Old Irish, primitive Old Irish from the time that Ogham was created, That's how they would have said that sequence of letters. And actually it would have been spelt in that time O-G-A-M. And so that would have been Ogham or Ogham. So you can say Ogham, Ogham or Ogham, and each will be correct. So that's just an interesting feature of that. And the second thing I'd like to talk about is the fact that some people call Ogham the tree alphabet. So they do that for a few reasons. First of all, as I was saying earlier, it may have originally been carved into sticks and also, of course, into trees. But actually some of the characters are named after the Irish words for trees. So for example, the O is called on, which is Old Irish for ash. Then we have behan, which is Old Irish for birch. That's the B sound, the B character. And then the D character is dar, which is oak. So some of the characters are named after the Irish trees, which is one of the reasons why people call it the Irish tree alphabet.
Wow,
yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. So Gemma, before we have our giveaway, there is one more thing that you'd like to show us.
Yeah, wedding rings. I just think I love the Ogham language. I love the secret or the secret message that you could have a term of endearment on your wedding ring that nobody else can read, and it's on the outside, and when you look at your wedding ring and you can see this message from your husband or your wife, for me it's so special. So I love that we have it engraved on our wedding rings, and I'll just show you a couple of the rings here. So this is these are personalized Ogham wedding rings. So again, they say Anam Cara. We get Anam Cara engraved a lot because it is one of the most popular choices. So we get asked for the sample of it a lot. And with all of the engraving that I've shown you, Tony is our master hand engraver. So all of the engraving I've shown you, it's all done by hand. It's very deep. It's there for life. It's not going anywhere. He's a phenomenal engraver. He's absolutely amazing. I can't speak highly enough about him. But these rings, the gents is 7mm and the ladies is 5mm. And I think you can see the lovely detail on the Ogham engraving. These rings are yellow gold. They're also available in rose gold or white gold or platinum, whatever metal you prefer. They're a comfort fit as well. So that means they're curved on the inside for added comfort. But they're really, really nice to wear. So again, you can change you don't have to have Anam Cara on the outside. You can change it to have whatever you want. There are no numbers in the Ogham alphabet. So if you wanted to put your wedding date, we'd recommend that you get that engraved on the inside of the wedding ring. So I'm going to put these two down and I'm going to show you these two rings. So these rings are slightly different. As you can see, they're white gold and they have a brushed finish, but you can see that the Ogham on these rings is done, it's black. So these are done by machine, and it is the finish that's on these it's a mix of Ciarán and enamel. And I really, really think that the black against the brushed silver really makes the Ogham stand out. And it's just a different finish, just for something different. And again, you can change that to make it into any phrase that you would like. There's loads of room on the outside of the ring. You can fit 1 or 2 words or 3 words. Again, these rings are comfort fit. The gents is 7mm and the ladies is 5. We could make them a little bit narrower or wider, but we recommend 5mm as a starting point so that you get a good visual of the Ogham engraving. But again, very, very comfortable to wear and very, very unusual.
Thank you, Gemma. It's time for our giveaway to find out who is the winner of our silver heavyweight Trinity knot pendant with Ogham engraving. Best of luck, everyone. And here we go. And our winner is Marie from Greenfield, New Hampshire. Congratulations,
Well
and thank
done.
you to everybody who entered. And indeed, thank you all for joining us today on our journey exploring Ogham and its history and looking at some of our jewellery which has been inspired by that wonderful history of Ogham and the alphabet. If you do want to try it out, see what your name looks like or a word that you love looks like in Ogham, go to our website at myirishjeweller.com/Ogham and enjoy having a play around on that. Thank you for joining us for our Cup on Tay, and we look forward to seeing you all again soon. Slán!